Somebody in there shake your neighbor real good and just say, watch what you think. Somebody that's trying to eat up your stuff. Somebody that's trying to take your money. Somebody that's trying to take your happiness. Somebody that's trying to mess up your family. Somebody that's trying to mess up your job. He says, I'm going to handle that. You don't have to worry about it. He said, I ain't playing with them. He said, I will rebuke them for your sake. Listen, that's why you don't have to handle it yourself. God's going to take care. Touch your neighbor real quick and say, God's got him. What? Listen. He said something else. Watch this. He says, and he, the devourer, shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. That means if you are a giver, the part that you keep, it will not be eaten up by the devourer. Oh, y'all, buddy, that's what y'all ever heard the term, I gotta stretch this dollar? Watch it. God can do the best stretching there is. Even when you're down to your last dollar, God knows how to stretch a dollar. Somebody touch somebody and say, God can. See, watch this. See, I've been in a position where I didn't have enough money to pay Peter and Paul. But God, somebody say, but God. But God stretched it for me. See, maybe some of y'all ain't never been there before. See, I understand. Y'all so blessed that y'all got everything paid. Ain't no bill ever late. Ain't nobody ever calling you. You got it all together. But I stopped by here to let somebody know that there are times when bill collectors call my house. Can I just be real deep? They call my house. And I thank God for caller ID. Y'all ain't gonna be real with me. Y'all ain't gonna be real with me. That's a blessing from heaven. Caller ID. That was a blessing. And you know what? I give you this one. The other day it was unknown on my phone. I picked it up because I knew it was unknown. I had to tell him. I said, how come when you called to try to find out when I'm gonna make payment, it says unknown? Oh, he said, it was a he. He said, oh, that's just the way the computer does it. Well, I said, well, I tell you what, the next time it's unknown, I ain't answering. See, y'all, that's too real for y'all. That's too real for y'all. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. He says something else in here that I find very interesting, and we're going to deal with this some more. He says, neither shall your fruit come before its time. Let me break that down for you. First of all, he says he's going to do something with the devourer, right? The second thing he says is he's not going to allow that devourer to mess with your existing stuff, right? And then he says this, he says, and then that which you have that's going to produce more, the more is not going to come out of time. That means when you need it, it's going to be there. Ah! Yeah. When I need some information, it's going to be there. When I need a doctor, he's going to be there. When I need to pay a bill, the money's going to be there. Because he's not going to allow it to come before it's time, and he's not going to allow it to come too late, because God does things on time. See, I've been at a place, watch this, where I didn't know where it's going to come from. See, y'all ain't been there. Y'all ain't lived long enough to be there, right? Huh? Yeah. Listen, there has been times when I had no clue where it's going to come from. And can I just be honest with you? It showed up on time. Do I have a witness in here? I thought it was going to go down dirty, but it showed up on time. I thought it was going to be messed up, but he showed up on time. Do I have anybody in here that understands that God shows up on time? On time, in the nick of time. So he says either it's going to be, he ain't going to take your stuff, because I ain't going to let him, because you giving. He says you giving. He said, what kind of God would I be if you giving and I let him take your stuff? He said, prove me, test me, check me out, and see if I don't stand on what I say. He says, so I'm going to devour. I'm going to get rid of the evil one that devours all of your stuff. Because haven't you ever been in a situation, watch this, and I'm done, watch this. Haven't you ever been in a situation where you didn't give, you held on to it? Just wink at me. I mean, I know you don't want nobody to know. Just wink at me. And you thought you were going to hold on to it for one thing, and something else popped up. God is not going to allow you to keep what is his and be happy with it. So he says, watch this. He says, I'm going to remove the devourer. And he said, the stuff that you keep, the stuff that you're going to have, I'm not going to allow it to be eaten up. And that's important. I don't know about y'all, but when you're between, listen, when you live from paycheck to paycheck, and some of us that are retired month to month, y'all just don't want to be real up in here today. I'd like to hold on to a little bit. I ain't even talking about for myself. I'm not even talking about for a pack of cigarettes or for a lottery ticket. See, y'all don't think I know. I seen you smoke up the street. Okay, all right. Finally, watch this. Finally, he says, the money that is coming your way, the blessing that is coming your way, the people that are coming your way, they're going to come in the nick of time. They're going to be there when it's needed. And we all know already that that's true, because we already know that God sees 1,000 years in the course of one day. So he already knows that in the next couple of hours, you're going to need this, that, and the other thing. And he's already 1,000 years ahead of you. Am I making sense to y'all? All right, we're done. Listen. It's important to understand